Obi, Ashley, Chris Young.
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
Man, look at that hair.
It's always perfect.
I right before this interview, and I believe you guys were talking about me being punctual when I called in. I am 5 minutes late as I'm sitting down with them right now for anybody watching this. And I was like, just in my head, I went, oh, it's 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock's the interview. And I looked at my tour manager and like, on 7:45, and he goes, yes. And just still in my brain, I was like, 8 o'clock. Why would they do it at 7:45? And he's just staring at me on the bus as I'm like putting my shirt on and getting ready, and I'm like, what? He's like, I mean, we're 2 minutes late right now, but like anytime you want to go.
He didn't want to
So I
rush you.
apologize.
No. Come on. So first, like, what is it like when you? So what time did you arrive? How much time do you have to get ready? When do you start to call it? Like, okay, an hour before the show.
So we were actually in Orlando proper last night because I did a military charity for the Charlie Daniels Journey Home Project on Monday. I did a songwriter event at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville on Tuesday. Went straight from there to the bus. Went from there to D.C. Did something with Heroes and History Makers, which is for caregivers for military.
Wow.
With Tom Hanks. Got to hang out with him.
Wow.
Which was
Legend.
awesome. And he was really cool. He was so cool. And many more people that were at that event. But it's been a busy week. But I get to cap it off here, and it's like, I'm shocked it's this cool.
The
Oh, in
the
Florida,
weather.
yeah.
We are too. This is abnormal, but that's like everyone's saying out in the Midwest too. It's been snowing
Yes.
unusually
Yes,
early
it is.
for anybody.
It's cold in Nashville. Like, it was like 35 when I was talking to you guys. It was early in the morning.
Wow.
But,
Well,
I mean,
what were
it's...
you, we saw one of the waiters from the restaurant you were at last night in Orlando. You know.
Oh.
Well, we are the only country station in Orlando, so you know if you're gonna be around, they're gonna tell us.
We just went and hung out. It was me and my guitar player, and we were like, okay. We were staying like 20 minutes away from anything. It was like Lake Nona area.
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah,
am I saying
yeah,
that
yeah.
right? Okay, so that's where we were, and it's really like it was a nice hotel. I wanted my guys to have like a cool day off, but it's obviously 20 minutes from just about anything minimum. So me and my guitar player were just like, we're gonna go watch sports on TVs, and went to this place called, is it Walk-Ons? I don't want to say it wrong, but they were really cool and like really nice, and so I took photos with anybody that wanted one before we left.
Yeah, you were definitely spotted.
Yeah, which is interesting because a lot of country artists say when they're not on stage, you know, because there's a difference between country artists and that celebrity than like Hollywood and George Clooney.
Oh,
type
God.
celebrity.
Or like Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
So a
I
lot
mean-
of times you can fly under the radar.
But
not
you know what?
last night.
Everybody was nice though. Like it wasn't like one of those things where you ran into somebody that just like was like, "Hey, can I get a photo?" and then they wanted to sit down and like tell you about their life for 45 minutes while you're trying to eat.
Yeah.
Which is, you always want to be polite, but sometimes it's like,
Also that.
okay, personal space.
Yeah.
A little. But no, everybody was really nice and fun. It was awesome.
Good. We got to enjoy some downtime and normalcy
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's plug the podcast really quick because you've got a lot of personality on there, man, and I because we only get to see stage Chris Young, a lot of us, but to see you on the podcast, we get to see, I don't know, it's a different side of you. So I appreciate you being open like that.
We get to have a little more fun and like let loose, and I say some stuff that probably I think is hilarious that other people are like, you're an idiot, but I don't care. We have a lot of fun with it. I've actually got two other people, the two other Floridians are out here at this show. So Haley and Ryan from the podcast are walking around somewhere out there with family and friends, and it's just a lot of fun. It's called The Quad for anybody that doesn't know what this is. I do a really terrible job of always explaining since I know what it is. There's four of us. Josh is the other guy that's on the podcast. We do movies, music, a hot take, and sports, and those are the four things that we talk about. So
Yeah, I think when you check out the podcast, I think you're going to be incredibly not surprised but impressed by the amount of sports knowledge that you have, dude. Like, I mean, even knowing what time games are on, just it's really cool to see.
that are really annoying. If you don't like sports,
No.
you'll just skip that segment of the show every time you go to listen to it or watch it, because it's we do a YouTube as well. So,
But that's your
it's
audience.
just-
That's who's watching
It's fun.
for the sports.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people that started watching because they're fans of mine, and we've seen comments where they've been like, "I knew nothing about sports, and you were slowly teaching me about it."
Wow.
So it's pretty cool.
And now these two that are out here, you say Haley and Ryan,
Yeah.
they get to see you in this element where they're used to kind of sitting down with you in a podcast.
They've seen me before.
Plenty of times.
Haley and Ryan and Josh have all individually been to shows or been up on stage goofing off. So
Like, yeah. Good.
yeah.
Chris goes
They're
again
like,
with his music thing.
you're at your normal job now.
Let's
so.
talk about Barmageddon really quick because we just saw that come out with Blake Shelton and Carson Daly doing a show, and you're going on with Kane to do this competition. No?
It's not
Separate.
Yeah, but I'm excited about it. They asked me to do it, and obviously I've known Blake for a really long time, so it'll be pretty cool.
Do you know anything about it yet, or is it one of those things that's just?
We'll see. I don't want to give anything away.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, can you give just a little nugget, and we'll be respectful of your time, but a little nugget about Thanksgiving? You were saying that you guys do competition with the turkey,
Yes.
or cooking in general.
Like last year, my dad challenged me pretty much, and was like, "I know you normally make the turkey, but this year I'm making one." And so we had like people like blind taste test it when they came over to the house. So it's a big deal for us.
So now there's a real competition going on.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I want to win every time. I love my dad, but I don't want him to cook better than me. Come on.
No, well, you get to go home, enjoy family time for Thanksgiving. We're coming to the end of the year. We've already talked to Nico. He's expecting a baby, and he's shutting it down at November 6th before the baby comes. So everyone, all the artists kind of shut down at the end of the year. Do you set a final date where you're like, hey, this is it. I'm not doing any more shows after this date?
I mean, yes and no. And sometimes we end up adding some stuff that's like, honestly, normally it's with radio stations.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
it's weird. There's a lot of asks that come in for these Christmas shows from radio stations.
It's because
So-
your Christmas songs are so good.
Hey, you know what? I made a Christmas album. I knew what I was getting myself into.
True.
But I'm normally shut down by like third week of December, and that's just so I can go hang with my family, and so
Sure.
that like the guys in my band and crew can go hang with their families.
Aw,
Like they deserve
yeah,
that time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just found out my lead guitar player is about to have another baby, so it's like
Aw.
Dang.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Well, thank you for saying yes to those radio shows, because a lot of times you're a big ticket, bro. So thank you
No,
again.
man, it gets all of us, each and every artist would say, it gets us to the point where we're doing things like this. We don't get to this point without you guys playing our music. So
Well, thank you for
Thank
giving
you.
us good music. And you did play actually K92 All-Star Jam just a few years ago, and those are the shows that our listeners talk about year after year, and the intimate
Yeah.
experience
They're
we get
fun.
to see you guys. So
they're fun, and everybody watching this, listening to this, thank you for liking my music, because that's another reason I get to do this. Is the main reason.
thank you. Chris Young
Thanks, brother.
backstage at Country Thunder with Obie and Ashley and K92.3.